Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Head Over Heels, and today we are head over heels for this guy's energy. We've got the one and only guys, Ceddy.
Or not.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh my god.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Of course,
I know you're a little bit hard to get, even on the way here.
Excuse me?
On the way up here, apparently you already met your fans, I was told.
Oh wow.
Okay?
The news travel very fast.
Very fast. It's only 6th floor, don't worry about it.
Oh, that's true. Wow.
But yes, I think before we start, how are you?
I am fine. I am fabulous. I feel a bit hot because with this jacket, but I have to look good for you.
Thank you. And you even match our logo.
Yeah,
like, we're very matchy today.
Look.
And those of you who are listening, you can hop over to our YouTube. You can see how dashingly orange he looks. Actually, you match your own hair.
Actually, yes.
That was your direction, right? Not my logo, right?
Honestly, it's a bit disappointing because it's supposed to be red, but it fades already.
I like this color though.
What?
You mean you like that? You were going for bright red?
It was supposed to be bright red. If you look at my video, it's as red as that chair. But
that's the thing with red color.
It always fades.
Always.
Very fast.
Like bright colors, all my friends' color end up fading.
Always fade.
And I end up liking the faded color, to be very honest with you.
Okay,
you look really good. So yeah, I think before we start, apart from the how are you, actually, I want to tell you, right?
Okay.
Obviously, before we met, I've heard of you. Obviously, you were on the
Same.
news. You were making headlines, right?
I don't know what headlines I made because apparently I go viral for the wrong reasons.
Well, you've been viral many times. I don't know good reason or bad reason, but to me, I felt like, yo, this guy is really cool. Like, he's super outspoken. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit intimidated when I saw you at the event. One of the events, I forgot which event. So I want to ask, my next question is, what was your first impression of me? And I will say the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. So I actually funny you think it's intimidating because I've heard about
Not
you.
in a bad way, yeah?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But like I've heard about you before. I just said, okay, I say, oh, this girl is a fitness. She's damn fit. You know, my first impression is, wow, damn, she works out. And that's intimidating to me because obviously I also work out as well, in case you can't tell.
I can tell.
I don't. I know about you because of Dr. Stephanie.
My sister.
Yes. Shout out to, she's the one that cracks my neck, my back, okay. Yeah,
she gets down and dirty with you, right?
Yes,
basically.
she is. So the thing is, my impression about you is, how honest can I be?
Be as honest as possible.
Okay.
If anything, we'll just cut it out.
All right. Okay. So one day, Dr. Stephanie said she was craving for Milo, Australia.
Okay.
So I was like, of all the things she mentioned
Milo, Australia.
Australian Milo.
Is there such a thing?
There is. The Australian imported Milo.
Oh, so it's different from the Milo that we have in Malaysia.
Okay, yeah, so it's different. So when I took a picture of her and I gave it to her, right? People say, why you buy for her? Maggie Wang kan Milo ambassador what? I was like, what?
So you didn't know she was my sister?
I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know. And oh no, after that I was like, wait, who is her sister? Then only I asked her, I said, Dr. Stephanie, your sister is that Maggie Wang ah? She said, yeah. I said, how come you never know? She never tell. You never ask.
Well, same thing. People don't ask and I don't tell. But it's so weird to hear him addressing my sister as Dr. Stephanie.
I mean, she is a doctor to me.
She is, but I just call her Meme, right?
Okay.
Anyway, just to clarify, I am not Milo's ambassador. Park Seo-joon is. But I don't mind being Malaysian's ambassador, just putting it out there, right?
You see, this is how we're going to manifest that. Make it
so
happen.
if I'm ever the ambassador one day,
do not be a stranger.
No, I won't be a stranger.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you on and you'll be the ambassador along with me.
Can. That I accept.
Okay, cool. Anyway, that was our first impression of each other. And I actually don't remember the first time we met, but the reason why I say
Grab event.
Was that the first time?
That was the officially first time we actually
say hello.
And
then after that, we never got to really say hello in all of the other events.
Yeah, and then you were
and then you scolded me and said, excuse me, next time we meet, we must take picture, okay?
Yeah, because she was killing it on stage, on coach, and then, you were also on lifestyle. I was like, oh my God, this girl is so hard to get. And I'm like, oh, coming from somebody who said I was hard to get. just now.
I guess it's a fair game now, okay?
It's a fair
I'm
game.
fair game. So now we have proper conversation now that you're on the show. So yes, as you guys can tell, Ceddy is full of energy. I think that was the reason why I was intimidated. Not in the bad way. It's like, oh my God, can I even match up to him? Like, would he think I'm too boring? Because I don't have that kind of energy. So that was where I'm coming from.
I see.
Yes, but I would really like to get to know you. To strip off all of the fame, the TikTok, and everything. Not actually strip off. Please don't take
I don't know. You said strip, so.
And I would like to really get to know you. So, before Ceddy became Ceddy or not,
yes,
that everyone knows today, who was Ceddy? Is Ceddy your real name?
Not government name.
There we go.
Obviously, it's a glam name. The name comes from Cedric, and it's not because of the Harry Potter guy. Stop. Okay, so I got the name Cedric because I was craving for a Christian name. I'm not a Christian,
fair.
but I want to have an English name. I don't want to have my full name out there, right? So I call myself Cedric. It's because of Cedric the Entertainer, the actor.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think it's a nice name, and the reason why it became Ceddy was because Cedric is a rare name.
Ceddy, yeah. I think it's
Cedric itself.
Cedric
in Malaysia is a rare name.
Yeah.
I thought.
I don't know any Cedric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I thought. So my first job, I was in Groupon. So it's our turn to introduce ourselves. And if you say, oh, I'm Maggie, then you will get Maggie at Groupon.my. So I was like, I'm ready to go Cedric at Groupon.my. Then one guy before me, he said, my name is Cedric. I was like, you are Cedric? What?
I'm Cedric.
I'm Cedric. Then the person said, oh, now you two have to fight it out because if you are Cedric, then you have to be Cedric 2. I was like, no, I'm not going to have Cedric 2 at Gmail, at Groupon. No.
I don't want to be the second option, bitch.
Yeah. Just because you got it first. So I was like, you know what? What would be a better name? So I just tried to shorten it to Ceddy because I've heard people call me that. And I went with that. And then if you want to know what is Ceddy like, what is Ceddy before Ceddy or not? Corporate slave.
Really?
9 to 5.
Really?
Prisoner.
I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, I was in agency life and all. That's why a lot of this agency cannot klentong me because I know.
But that's why you know the brief so well.
Yes, of course. Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah.
So in terms of personality, have you always been this loud person? Or are you someone who's actually really quiet when you're back home with your...
Okay, so... I mean, my childhood is a little bit, typical Chinese childhood.
How typical? You tell me.
There's a lot of expectation. You got to be really smart, blah, 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 blah. And then, my dad is, I'm not saying that my parents neglect me. That's not what I'm saying. But my dad is a very hardworking person.
Yeah.
So he's always working very hard. And then he instills this discipline in me.
Yeah.
But I am still this wild performer, kid. When I was younger, I always know I wanted to be a performer.
Oh.
Always wanted to be even. When I was standard 6, right, 12 years old, right, I even cosplay as Phua Chu Kang.
No way.
That was my
cosplay as Phua Chu Kang.
because I had curly hair, natural curly hair. Okay. With that boots and all, and I was killing it. But I think when you get to high school, that's when kids, right? Can you curse?
Oh, absolutely. Fuck, I said it first.
Some of these fucking kids in school, right? They are so mean and I don't know why, they are so unfiltered, right? They will call you names.
What kind of names?
Very derogatory, something like, oh, you, the P word lah, pondan, and all. Because of my voice, I don't sound like Joseph. I don't look like Joseph.
Have you heard him laugh? I'm just saying. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I know how he laughs.
Please. So does it match his personality also?
Oh my God! Every event I go, right, I just know he is there
because of his laugh. I tell you, when I first got together with him, I'm like, why your laugh sound like that one? Because when you speak, it's so manly.
Yeah.
Then when you laugh, wow.
I know it cackles.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
so when I was because in school I was like that.
Yeah.
I like to I'm not kacau people, but I like to be the class clown. And then people start to comment on my voice, comment on my appearance. And I think as I grow older, that confidence start to dim down. It shrinks.
Yeah.
And then it makes me feel like, okay, I think I better tone it down because I don't think people like me. It fucks with your head when these things happen to you. So, lagi on the internet, it's even worse.
For sure.
And yet, when I first saw YouTube skits and all, right, back when I was younger, I was like, you know what? I can be funnier. I can be as funny as these motherfuckers lah. I can be even funnier. You know, these white people, man, jokes so lame lah. I'm better lah.
Actually, yeah, some of them quite lame.
Yeah, I'm like so. But again, it is because I no longer had that confidence to do what I want, so I just can observe. But then there's this flair in me, so I like listening to podcasts. Okay, I wanted to be a podcaster because for me that is a safer way to hide behind the screen. Because podcast, you hear voice only before this video
came
podcast
along.
happening, right?
I agree.
So at least if people like, there's no way people can comment on my voice because I have to upload it somewhere.
Yeah.
You listen, then go. So there's this little like inkling in me, like I want to do this. And still I was so scared until I read articles about people live streaming games. And they become millionaires.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I know.
Wow. You can become a millionaire rich person by streaming games for viewers to see.
Just at home. You don't even need to go anywhere.
You don't need to go anywhere. And that's a stupid concept because why am I watching somebody play a game when I'm playing game myself? You know, like it didn't register to me. Why would people watch it? But then people use that as an entertainer. So I went into live streaming and guess what? I am still not a millionaire. Okay?
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I'm still not a millionaire, not even close. Okay, not even like wow. But from there, I got to experience, of course, trolls as usual.
For sure.
But I honed my skill to speak again to public and it's also a safer place because I'm at home.
Yes.
So even if you hate me, I can see your text. I don't have to see your reaction of your disgust. Because sometimes if you talk to me, I show face, you will be like,
yeah, it does really.
Because you are a host yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can see from people's faces.
When I'm hosting on stage, like people's
you can see,
faces.
and then some of their faces, if they look bored, right, it kills your mood already.
Yes.
So but then at home, I can pretend everybody is happy to see me. So I can just like, I can talk, I had fun, I was being myself, blah, 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 blah. And from there, I go into YouTube again. No, sorry, it cannot be again because I've never been to YouTube. So I
went to YouTube.
YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber.
Yes, I saw. I mean, obviously, I had to do research on Ceddy. You mentioned you tried doing vlogs.
Flop!
Total flop?
Flop.
How bad are you talking about? I feel like your expectation on yourself is very high.
Okay, so the thing is, right? My expectation is very unreasonable because the thing is, I bought expensive camera. Okay, that time I hired her before she officially joined the team. I hired Ceddy, you know, and Joey was my producer at the time. We were like, okay, let's do vlog during pandemic. Let's go out and show people what we eat. Vlog, nobody watch. So I was like, so I started sharing.
So this is quite recent then, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Okay.
So I started sharing my experience. I said, why is it that when I do vlog, nobody watch? My people say, fucker, pandemic, we are all suffering. Like, why we care what you eat? And at the time, I was trying to target Americans because my viewers from Twitch are Americans.
Yeah.
So at the time, I didn't want Malaysian to discover me. I'm damn scared now. I thought, you know Malaysian, right? Ayo.
Yes, the netizen is quite intense.
Oh my God, netizens, the thing about Malaysian netizens is the number one, we are proud to be number one cyberbully, which is bad. And then two, when they attack you, they don't attack your opinion.
Huh? Then?
For example, right, if you say something like, you say, I like green, actually I like red, right? I'm like, no lah. Normal people will be like, no lah, I think red is better.
Yes.
You know? This one is like, you're ugly. And you're like,
right?
what? Or if I say something that is a bit different, apa yang kau tahu? Kau pondan.
You know what I realized? That happens on TikTok a lot.
Yes.
It's so scary. Like TikTok's audience scares me. Yeah. Until today, I'm like still half in, half out. Not even in, honestly.
I don't blame you.
It's scary.
You got to have a certain mental strength.
Oh, yeah.
To exist on this platform.
On TikTok, right?
On TikTok.
Because the amount of comments is insane. I had to close down my previous account and start fresh because I freaked out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have no issue telling you what they feel.
Yeah.
You know, and just yesterday, right? It happened to me because I was wearing this baju that has a lot of lubang lah.
Okay.
And then this person say, forgive me for my, sorry for my thoughts, but I feel like you look like you're pregnant. And so I just said to this person, sometimes you can just keep your intrusive thoughts to yourself. Not everything has to be shared. I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
it's the boundary issue.
Yeah, there's no boundaries online.
There's no boundaries online.
Absolutely blurred.
Blurred. Gone.
Like, you can say whatever you want because there's no repercussion. What, you want to fight me? You want to call police to catch me? I can't. You cannot.
Cannot.
So that's why they have the so freaking,
guts.
yeah, the balls to freaking do that.
I used to think like celebrities who threaten to sue somebody is a little bit silly last time. I was like, ayo, this one I'm another like little bit want to sue people. But as you get to that position,
I'm not that level lah, but you know.
You Milo ambassador talk like that one, man. You know.
Anyway, yes, go ahead. Don't laugh.
No lah, but like you know when you get to that level, right? You're like, no, I know why I have to sue your fucking ass because you're so rude.
Yeah, so freaking rude.
Yeah, you call people names like that one nah. If it is in person, you say like that, I would have
It's like, what do we do? Actually, if you get to meet your haters in person, what will you do?
No, I will just ask him, are you okay? Is everything good at home?
I love it. I think that really is why you are so loved. Like, your controversies just make sense. You call out people for the right freaking reason.
And then people think that I like to fight people. I always say to people, if you hear anything bad about me, please ask the other person, what did they do first?
Yes.
Because I don't go on the attack for no reason. You must have done something to me.
It takes a lot of energy to even do so, you know?
I know some influencers or celebrities, they thrive on drama and beef. They would like to let me shit Maggie Wang, let her get her in there. But it's a very tiring thing to do. That means, because I don't want to be known for that.
I feel like very lifeless law if the person keeps on doing that for no reason, you know?
If something is wrong at home, they need to correct that. Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, speaking of TikTok, speaking of all everything that has happened from being a streamer, then you moved on to YouTube. That didn't happen. It's okay. That's why you now exist.
It happened, but it flopped.
Okay, so to you flopped on YouTube. Okay, you flopped on YouTube. Then now you're on TikTok and you're flourishing.
Yes, I would agree that.
Yes, you are flourishing. How many followers? What, close to 400,000?
Close to that.
I don't even have 2,000. I'm just saying. So sis, I want to know what is your secret? Like consistency, yes? I don't know how algorithm works on TikTok. You tell me.
Okay, see, here's the thing. You already mentioned the thing. That's the algorithm. So I always tell people, whenever you upload something, especially on TikTok, right? Because, you know, last time on IG and all as a social media person, right? You upload on the best time.
Yes.
You know, you use the right hashtag.
Correct.
Okay? But on TikTok, none of that matters. Whether you post on the best time, the hashtag don't work. You pray.
What do you mean?
You pray to algorithm. You say, algorithm, please masuk for you page. Please enter. May my video land on somebody else's for you page on TikTok. And that is because majority of your views don't come from your followers. TikTok operates so... I don't
understand. And they're so strict.
Yep.
On...
Cannot hard sell. You cannot be...
Cannot hard sell?
You cannot be like, hi guys, this is Milo. My name is Maggie Wang, and I would love
for you to call me out like that?
I have to. Okay, it's to manifest for you. Please drink Milo. Confirm your video flop tank. They don't like it. They want you to like drink Milo or inhale Milo. I don't know, like just look stupid. And then people be like, oh my god, this guy is so crazy. And then
don't even tell them it's even sponsored.
Don't say that.
But Instagram wants you to tell everybody it's sponsored.
Yes.
So how do we draw the line? Like, where's the middle ground? Fuck.
You have to choose one.
That's why I chose Instagram, because I'm pussy like that.
No, it's not that. But actually, to be honest with you, I do, and I didn't care about IG because I always think that IG influence.
Yeah, I want to know, because I know you have this thought about when you go to events, there is the IG influencer, there is the TikTok influencer, and then tell me. Okay,
so I mean, this is something you would have noticed as well, because the thing is on IG, right? We are so used to curating perfection. On IG.
I agree. That is the foundation of Instagram.
Everything must be aesthetic. Aesthetic.
Well curated.
The way you sit, the way you pose, the way you behave. Until they bring the aesthetic to event also.
Betul.
So they all look like pictures. So they all sit there like vase like that.
Hey, where got like that?
Not say you lah. I don't know. I mean, you are always on stage, so different. It's those
Thank
that
God.
attend.
That's why I just be a host. I don't want to be done.
So they're like that. And then TikTok people, right? I think it's because we are not used to that kind of lifestyle. So we are always showing our crazy self, our true self online. Yeah. So when we are out to event, right? We look like low class people. We are like, you look like Joseph like that, laugh very loud. Like her like that. And it's not that we are low class, we are just being real.
I know what you mean.
That causes a divide between two platforms already. Now is the era of people curating imperfection.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's now becoming a trend to be imperfect. Talk about imperfect.
Your picture cannot be 4K anymore. Must be blurry.
Blur. We got grain a bit.
Got grain a bit. Now I have to find filter to find the grain effect. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna. I worked so hard. I was this very extremely unattractive person to I have a little bit of money to zeng. I'm not going to curate imperfection. Fuck y'all. Y'all have to see me post an IG model from time to time. I have to. I lost my childhood. What? I have to be like... Yeah.
Oh my lord. Okay, Ceddy, I have to go back to that whole Instagram breed and TikTok breed. We've been to events. I know to those of you who are listening to this, you may have no context of what we're talking about, but maybe you do because you guys follow influencers.
Yeah.
You know all these kind of events they post about.
Yes.
And we are kind of like sharing you what it's like being in events like that. Let me tell you something. I always feel fucking left out. In the very beginning of my career. I feel like, what the hell am I supposed to do at events?
Okay, that's fair.
Right?
That's
do you
fair.
feel that way?
I don't feel left out because
like I said, you are a people's person.
Okay, in a way, I'm very extroverted lah. Okay,
Super.
in case you can't tell lah. Huh? So,
yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, couldn't tell,
not
right?
obvious at all.
So it's so funny because I've met IG influencers. I'm friends with them. I'm friends with some of these IG influencers.
I guess we're going there. IG
okay,
influencers.
we're going there. No. This is not to like no shade, no
for
hate,
sure.
whatever.
I'm IG influencer. You're a TikTok influencer. Okay, so it doesn't matter.
So yeah. So when I met them, right, some of them will say to me, "Oh, I just came back from my third event." I said to them, third event third. I go for one event also, I'm tired already, you know.
Yeah.
So then I remember the woman said to me, she said, Ceddy, because when we go to events, we look pretty, take photos.
We don't talk.
We don't talk. And they have no shame in admitting that, and that's their hustle lah. And she said, when I go to event, I like to meet people, I like to talk to people, and I'm no shame to say I like to scout for networking opportunities.
That's what events are for, friend.
Yes. So that you can tell. Sometimes I go to event, right, I will see some brand people, I'll be like, hey, how come I always sponsor my friends, never sponsor me and never work to it?
That's how you got all your jobs, right?
You never ask, you can never get, man.
Yeah,
Ask and you shall receive.
I agree. I've met so many of my clients that have now become my friend at events because I actually have conversations with them.
Yes.
Otherwise, how the hell they know you exist?
Exactly.
Because to them, you're just
Actually,
another...
they know you exist. The reason why you're left out is because you're always on stage. They all have to look at you. Maybe they are intimidated by you, you know. They're like, I think they don't because you know she very toilet one, you know, on stage.
What is boliap lah? What toilet?
Toilet status.
I saw my boobs.
No.
Wrong. Okay, sorry. Wrong
status wise.
Yeah, I guess for me at events, I host most of the time and I don't have time to socialize because I have to be on fucking standby all the freaking time. So like that day, the coaches event, I want to hang out with everyone. Like I can see everyone, but I'm at the corner backstage just like waiting for my turn to go on stage, you know.
Yeah, later you have to like, or go up already and have to be on the hostess mode again.
Correct. Yeah. So I end up just not socializing because I'll have to, you know, be on and off a lot of times. It's quite tiring. But anyway, that's just what I do. A bit boring on my life, actually.
Hey, you know how many people kill to be on stage hosting for coach?
Really?
Why is she talking about herself like that? You are not head over heels of your own career and achievement.
I am. I love what I do, but...
Call her out.
Okay, I think a lot of people think that this whole industry being a... What's the difference? KOL, influencer, content creator. Do you see any difference in there? Or to you, it's all the same?
I like content creator. If you call me KOL, I mean it's part of the marketing term lah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And the thing is that a lot of people call themselves key opinion leader. How can you call yourself that when some of them don't have opinion? You call yourself KOL, but then when I fight for you because some client don't want to pay you, and then you are like, oh yeah, I don't dare to say that because later they don't give me job anymore. Then you call yourself KOL. Where's your opinion? None. True what?
I love that. So let's not talk about KOL. But you are definitely a KOL. You have a ton of opinion and you have leadership skills.
Yeah.
And you are the key of TikTok right now.
Not that lah.
Yeah. But let's use the word influencer. Do you consider yourself an influencer?
I mean, the media calls me that might as well.
You know what? I think you are. Because you are able to influence people to change their opinion or have an opinion about places, things. So yes, in some ways, yes. So although sometimes it's hard to like accept labels that it's being put on us, but sometimes I feel like for me at this point, I'm just embracing it all.
You have to embrace lah.
Yeah, you want to call me KOL? Sure. You want to call me influencer? Sure. Content creator? Sure. As long as I know what I'm doing.
Yep.
And as long as I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay? And I realize a lot of people, especially in this age and day and time, with TikTok, the kind of content that's being put out there, sometimes it's a little bit no-brainer. I feel stupid when I watch one.
Yep.
Right? And it's so easy to jump on trends. It's so easy to be viral.
Yep.
So how do you stay in your lane and how do you stay grounded with what you do?
Okay, so I think it all comes down to the purpose of what I'm doing so far. So I've you know, in marketing, I go into marketing class, you know. In business, right, you got to have a core idea of what you want to do. Let's say, for example, your podcast.
Yeah.
Surely you have a reason why you want to do this podcast.
Absolutely.
Right? So you can't suddenly just turn this podcast into a session where I'm fighting with each other. Then it becomes so derailed. So like, for example, I do food. So I stick to what I do. Yes, at the same time, I want to showcase to other people why I can do other things. But the core will always be food.
Yeah.
So that I built a name for myself that, oh, he's a foodie guy.
Yeah.
And he always talks about halal stuff as a Chinese guy who talks about halal and pork-free stuff.
So you've built that brand for yourself.
That brand for myself already.
Okay.
So I try not to do those content. Here's the thing. I used to judge people who do those, I call it so high content.
Yeah, sure.
Even
my boyfriend does it, don't worry, just say it.
No, but the thing is, right, it may not be something I consume.
Yeah, but
people find that hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
To me, if you want to do so high content and it's really from a light-hearted place and it doesn't damage people, it makes some people happy, go ahead. But when I say like really terrible content, are content that is like they purposely say things to get reaction from people, negative reaction from people, or they bait people to attack them because they want to go viral for that moment.
Yeah.
And in the Malay scene, I noticed something is that especially the business owners, some of them they like to say things like, "Why you all still drive Wira, huh? Look at me in Mercedes Benz, huh? Can you afford or not?" They're trying to get their name out there because they know for a fact that people will start to attack them.
Bad publicity.
Bad publicity, because some of them still adopt this thing that bad publicity is still good publicity.
Do you agree?
I mean, I agree to a certain extent because now you have to keep up with that persona, or you will have to risk people taking you like, oh, like that one, this person, like, she look down on poor people.
Totally understand. And I totally agree with what he said. I think at the end of the day, really is like what I've always been saying. What is your why? Especially right now, a lot of kids, I want to grow up, be influencer.
Everybody want to be
Very
influencer.
scary, you know, I hear that. Oh, I want to grow up and be famous. Oh my God, darling, why you want to be famous for what? Like, do you know what comes with it? It's not just fame. The lack of security, and you have to keep up with it, the amount of consistency, the amount of work that goes into it. So tell me, how much work goes into every single of your content? If you could break it down for us.
So when I do content, especially let's just say we're talking about like food, any what do you call that, marketing related content, right? I always wear a hat as a marketing consultant. For example, let's say I visit a restaurant, right? I will always try to think what angle should I use for them, so that at the same, because a lot of times, right? Let's just take food F&B, since I'm in the industry, right? A lot of us, especially Malaysian, many of us are damn good cooks. That is like given. Like you go anywhere, gerai, or I tell you, the makcik can just open gerai, and you're like, fuck, the food is good.
Better than your Michelin star sometimes.
But because we are so good at cooking, right? Sometimes some business owners have this mentality like, I can cook anything. So you come to my shop, like, you can eat anything. See, the thing is, when you don't have a niche or your focus, right? It's very hard for people to decide what's good for you. So I always, when I go food review, I always angle it like, oh, duck rice. Then I'll focus on the ite. The noodle is good. So I try to think of USP for them. Oh, you like writing brief like that. You see, what are
you have to do it for your clients?
Sometimes I think for them. They don't ask.
I think also because from your background, you work in the agency before.
Yes, I used to work
so
in
you have that tools and skills.
Yes. I mean, in a way, it helps lah.
Yeah, definitely.
So I always think about ways to like help them. So I don't, and there's a lot of thought process. And then, you know, on TikTok, you got to have the hook.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, the first 3-second hook, or else people will scroll away. So I have to think about all this. So back then, before she came on board, it's just me and Joey. So Joey will shoot my video, and then we will end up having like maybe a 10 minutes video, and then to trim it down to 1 minute.
How? It's my struggle also, you know.
Struggle lah.
How
I
the
tell
hell?
you. Okay, so in the beginning, I edit myself ego.
Oh.
I wouldn't have her, I wouldn't have anyone else to edit my video
Because
because
you want to do it
I know
yourself.
my angle.
Okay.
I ended up spending 5 hours sitting. Why do I have to delete this? But this part is also good, what? Not this part is also good. No, I have to delete this part.
You need someone who's unbiased to do it for you.
So when she came on board, I just told her, I said, you know what, girl? You're just gonna trim out everything. I'm just gonna pretend I don't see it. I don't care. You take out the good part. I just give you the voice over. Done.
Yeah.
So then it makes our life easier. I no longer feel bad about taking certain parts out. Or else the video will be 10 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. I think all our videos as well. And honestly, Instagram used to have 10-minute videos. And now...
Still, ma?
Used to... I mean, we still have, as in like, that was the trend. Like, longer the videos, the better to watch. But now it's down to like 30 seconds, which is insane. Like the best videos is 15 to 30 seconds, am I right? Just like TikTok, because TikTok has kind of changed the game. So it is a struggle for content creator to come up with content. Client give you 10,000 USP, but you need to do it within 30 seconds. That is my biggest fucking struggle.
And then they tell you, don't hard sell.
Don't hard sell.
You give them that USP, 10,000 USP. You tell me don't hard sell. How?
Yeah, don't hard sell. Make sure you soft sell, but here's our USP. You make sure this is here, this is here,
and
this
then
is
you
here,
must wear this color, and then your logo must be somewhere, must put at least, and after that you must tell people, buy 5, free 6.
So being a content creator has its struggle. Yes, the glitz and glam, get the free stuff and all that shit is what people think it's all about. But the amount of work behind the scenes to come up with a good kind of content takes work. And you can tell online, if you guys follow, there are some content creators that just follow briefs. And then there are some who actually try to work out of the box to work with what they are good at and know what their audience wants.
Yes.
And I feel like you're one of them.
Yes.
Do you struggle with that?
I don't, because I will always argue with client, agency. And okay, to some people, you probably will have heard that, oh, Ceddy is a bit hard to work with, or diva and all. It's not that. It's because I have my principle. I know my audience. Some of you,
agree.
I have had these fucking clients who will tell me, I don't think this is funny. I'm like, how do you know it's not funny? It's not funny to you, but the funny for my audience is my humor.
Have you ever had to drop a job halfway?
Yes!
Spill the tea! Tell me.
Okay, so...
And how do you do it without burning the bridge? Oh, you end up burning the bridge.
I burn the bridge. Oh, fuck you. Here's the thing. I'm so sorry I have to say this. It triggers me every time I think about the siput sedut.
What?
Okay, you know siput sedut?
Siput sedut?
You know the balitong? Okay, I don't know.
Balitong?
Okay.
I have no idea. Siput sedut, what's that? Let me Google it right now real quick.
Siput sedut.
Is it a snail?
It's not it's a shellfish. I think you would have seen it one.
Okay, I Google right now. Siput sedut. Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's this restaurant that engages me to that thing, okay? So in order to eat it, there's a certain way to eat it.
Oh, you need to use the pick or something?
Oh, okay. No? We get to that part. So, okay, I'm bad at eating this because some people will suck it and then it's like easy to come out. Oh my God, it comes out so wrong. But
it's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you get it lah, huh? So the thing is, so this client, first, when they engaged us, right, when we were there, he already macam not very interested to talk to me. Can tell. I could tell the vibe.
The energy is
not there. And 2, Joey will always tell them my dietary restriction. The diva like that. Because there are certain things I cannot eat, especially spicy food. Mouth can, down cannot.
Understand.
Okay. So, and then all the dishes are very spicy.
All of them
all of them spicy. So I'm like, oh my God, fuck this lah. But then, and then at the same time, I just want to get it done and over with. Never mind. I force myself to eat it. So we eat it. Sure enough, the video come off, to me is good. I'm very egoistic. My video come out good and all. The day before we want to post, he said to us, you didn't really highlight much of the siput sedut. It was in the video.
Okay.
I said, we did. And he said, yeah, but our boss wants you to eat it like this. You have to do that in the video and you have to say, wah, siput sedut this tak masuk akal. It's so good, it doesn't make sense. I was like, okay, first of all, I don't talk like that in my videos.
Yeah.
If it's good,
so they gave you a line already.
They give me a line and then they want me to do exaggerated version of eating it. It's disgusting.
I understand. And then
I said to them, this is not what I agreed on. I will not do it unless you pay me to go. No lah, you should come and reshoot lah.
Pay lo?
Pay lah, don't want.
Oh, understand.
We ended up giving back the money.
But did he or she, whatever your client is, whoever, he said that you must do this before you shot it?
No! We read brief one.
Not clear.
Brief not clear. See, he was there when we shoot. The thing is, he was there.
I see.
So I was like, oh wow. First of all, you want me to... Like, they want that kind of crazy...
exaggerated ASMR vibes.
Yeah, because this is... I understand. If you are doing it in the Malay community, some people like to see that kind of way of eating. But it's not for me. It's not my style.
And I guess the person or whoever he is should have said it on the spot while you're filming it. At least you can still do something about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So fuck that.
So you dropped the job.
Drop! Refund some more. I don't want to take the money. They want money. No blessing one. Don't want to take.
I agree. I've done that before. In fact, I mean, done that as in like drop a job that I feel does not fit for me because
Spill the tea.
No tea lah, just very straightforward one. You change direction halfway, is not what we agreed upon, then cannot lah. And a lot of the times I feel like this is the struggle, or like it's a thing in the industry, even with agency struggles with that. Like clients changes their mind a lot.
Yes.
And sometimes they don't know what they want and they want options. They want option, in the end go back to A.
Yep.
I think it's a very common struggle that a lot of people have.
Yep.
Especially in this industry. I feel like in every industry we'll have that.
Of course. And then sometimes people say, the way you are so outspoken about it, right? What if, client won't give you job? Sorry. First of all.
Do you think that rings true? No.
I mean.
Look at where you are now.
I mean, it's not that lah. But like, I'm just saying that people who engage me, they know I don't mean bad things, and we are quite professional in what we are doing.
For sure.
Like when we get the brief, we really go and settle, we go and deliver.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you feel like, I better don't work with Ceddy because what if he call me out? You must have done some shit. Or you probably will do some shit to me. Then you are scared.
Well, I mean, your very recent one is the whole client not wanting to pay, or was that it? Your recent one, the brief that you said, the dumb brief that you mentioned.
God.
Can you tell us about it for those of you who may not?
I'm not going to name drop because there shouldn't be free publicity.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So there's this brand that want to engage me. Okay, I understand. If you don't relate to this, I will just explain to you like a layman person. So somebody will tell us to promote certain drinks. And then of course, when you promote certain brand, you are not supposed to promote competitor.
Oh yeah.
That I understand. I respect that. No problem.
Oh yes, I remember this one now.
If she is Milo, she cannot talk about other chocolate drinks and all that, right?
Fair lah.
But the problem is, you list out your competitor. Okay, you don't say lah. Other refreshing drinks cannot mention.
Juice also. Yogurt.
Water also cannot lah. What if I drink Longkang water? You say, oh, this Air Selangor one cannot. Because Air Selangor is a brand. How will you know? Like you cannot cast a net and ask me not to do all that.
Yeah.
Unless you pay me one whole year, then.
Is that from agency or is that from client?
I think both also got problem, and here's the thing. I think this must have come from certain client that caused them to think about, you know, to put a brief like that. But you as an agency, my advice to agency people, don't be a parrot because your client asks you to do this, then you say, oh, you go and tell your creator to do this.
Because that's what you're hired for your expertise to advise. Exactly.
Yeah. Already take 20% already from your client. Someone don't do your job. Client asks you to do, cannot lah like
Easy
that.
Easy way out, man. But I agree. I think it's a thing as well that a lot of these agreement or campaigns that we work on, brands will tell us that, hey, you work with us, you can't work with similar brands for X amount of time.
Yes.
For me, it's fair.
It's fair.
If you pay for the opportunity cost as well. But if you're not going to factor in opportunity cost in your budget, don't expect people to be loyal to you and completely forgo other opportunities elsewhere when you're not the one feeding them for the rest of the year.
Exactly.
I feel that's very unfair, and that's the struggle that comes in. So I am kind of like you, maybe not as vocal as you, but I do tell people, or I do speak to brand or agency that, hey, I understand that you need me to be exclusive to the brand and I can't work with X amount of time, but a whole year is a way too long and you're not actually paying me. So I cannot get any job anywhere else just because I've done one campaign with you. It does not make sense to me. So I will have conversations like that with them.
She is very classy, you know. For me, it's like, pay me lah, one whole year. I cannot wait. Other competitor, other people hire me, how? That's how I talk lah, but that's her way lah.
But at the end of the day, we come down to the same thing.
Same message. Pay us.
Yeah.
Pay us. Exclusivity must pay one.
Hello, you think all these ambassadors, celebrity ambassador, they don't get paid for the year? If not, they can promote. Tak boleh lah.
Exactly.
So I think I think a lot of people also underestimate the power of content creators, influencers. But there are statistics out there that says that 92% of consumers actually trust influencers over brand advertising. Ooh, and that's huge. That is huge. And yet, brands sometimes still underpay and try to lowball us.
Yes. You can hire Jackie Chan lah, K-pop artist lah, to represent you, ambassador lah. But then Maggie Wang, you don't consider.
Hey, don't lah like that.
No, example. I could cut that part out.
No need cut, just put it out.
Okay. No lah, but what I'm saying is that like, some brands, they will splurge on international celebrities and all. But then when it comes to a local, we're not celebrities, whatever lah, but we are content creators who work for you. We have a certain following. You tekan.
I think for me, it's just be fair.
Yeah.
Be fair. Like really, that's as simple as it is. Be fair. Don't lowball.
Yeah, don't lowball. And then the thing is, I also understand this is not, okay, brand problem one side. Content creator also got, some of them like to slash their price.
But then wait, tell me more. Slash their price? In
Okay,
what
for
sense?
example, right, they know the market rate, for example, for one video is X amount of money. But they're like, man, get me lah. I charge you
Lower.
200 for one video.
Yes.
200 for one video. Walao, like.
That's the thing, right? I'm trying to understand their logic as well. Is it because they don't have jobs and that's their only
Yes.
way to take jobs? So where do we draw the line, right? You have agencies and brands who are lowballing and they continuously charge low because there are people who still do it for a low. When can we ever break out of that, you think?
I don't think we can ever break out. It's like any other business. Like some people like to throw price war.
True.
Even in marketing, right? Even like when talk about pricing, right? Oh, a lot of company, this one brand A do 50%, tomorrow 55%. So this is how we are always so accustomed to this kind of culture.
Yeah.
I think to get out of it is gonna be very difficult. I just wish there is like a mediator, which is the agency. Maybe you will know, like, hey, I've worked with good agencies who told me straight up, like, hey, your pay, your rate can up a bit. You don't charge like that, it's very low. For your work and all. I'm like, wow, we need that.
As much, I have to put it out there as well, as much as there's not so great agencies that we've worked with, there are great ones that I've had great relationships with and still work together until today, and I'm forever grateful for them, for the brands that I've continuously worked with, because they understand the value that goes behind every content.
Correct.
I mean, I have so many friends who make great content. I think take Jen, for example. I've seen the amount of work that goes behind her videos. That's insane.
Yep.
Amount of work, and it justifies the pay.
Yeah.
And justifies because the amount of people she can pull in. Look at Taeyong, look at Chanyong, look at Jen, look at all these content creators.
Maggie.
Hopefully. I still feel like in terms of content creating, I feel like I still struggle a little bit, not gonna lie. I don't know exactly, because I came from a background where I'm a host, right?
Okay.
But
I think, you know what? Lately, you've been showing a lot of fitness stuff.
Oh, have I?
That should be an I don't know.
Thanks for consuming my content.
You work out a lot. I always see you in your sports bra. I'm like,
come
wow.
To Motion Lab, come to Motion Lab, work out with me. Plug in. But yeah, I think for me, I love fitness. I love telling stories.
There you go.
I love skincare. I love everything. So sometimes for me, it's
you have your three idea already.
What is it?
Fitness, storytelling, and skincare.
I mean, that's what I've been doing lah. It's just that.
There you go.
Thank you.
Don't do okay, if you start doing too many things, right? Then your audience will be like, what?
What's her niche,
she
right?
Pasa like that, no? Every time go there and she got so many things.
Yeah.
Don't, you must be exclusive. Why this girl do everything one? Like, what? And any job she take.
Yeah.
Don't like that lah.
I never do that lah, but thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. I can already say, I think fitness is ngam you. I mean, somehow you have a business, Motion Lab.
Definitely.
Something that I might consider.
Might consider, you better consider lah, please,
lah.
Give you free class lor.
It's not about free, it's not about that, okay? It's the
commitment, right?
Correct. Then later you come back and say, wait, I give you free 1 year, so you only come one time.
Actually, a lot of people like that, you know.
That's why.
Anyway.
Self-aware.
I want to know, Ceddy, have you ever felt lonely in this journey?
Oh my God. Of course.
Tell me more.
Every day. Okay, here's the thing. When I say lonely, it's not because I feel unloved by people or I am alone or what. Yeah. It's like sometimes there are certain things that I'm going through. I have nobody to share that kind of things with. Also, it comes down to number one, I feel like, you know, I can't just text you and say, Maggie, you know what, I feel like that. You should be like, what the fuck? I have my own shit to deal with. Why you have to message me out of nowhere? You know? Or two is, I think people can't relate to what I'm going through. Especially for my case, okay? We get a bit serious and a bit personal. So people like to personal attack me all the time. They were because, you know, when you are born with a voice like this, high pitch, and you are a bit flamboyant and all, so people call you names. I mean, I'm okay with people call me names, but you always have your low moments. And when you are at the lowest point in your life, right, and then those comments don't help. Yeah. And I used to talk about my experience, you know, dealing with some people, because I'm also aware that because of my nature, I'm outspoken, and there are a lot of people who don't like me for that. Like, can't stand me. Okay. And then, or they feel like I'm too loud, I'm too this, too that, too opinionated, too this, too that.
You just don't fit into their box.
I just don't fit into their box. And some of them, because they don't like me, they make a point to let me know. And I always tell people, you don't have to let me know you don't like me, one. It's okay. But I used to talk about it. I say, I don't understand why people have to tell me these things. Like, it can be a little bit hurtful. Like, some people will say, I used to dislike you, but after hanging out with you, I think you're okay. Actually, it's not really a compliment. I don't think that is a compliment. It's like, oh wow, like, what did you think of me back then? I don't even catch out you, right? And then some people say, you put yourself out there, you willing to go into this journey, so you need to stop whining. This comes...
It's like you know what you sign up for.
You know what you sign up for. So don't tell people about how you feel because you deserve it. And there's some people who openly tell me, like, when I call them out for their rude behavior, they will say, this is the internet. I can say whatever I want. If you don't want, don't be an influencer.
Actually, that's a very common comeback from a lot of these people.
Yes.
That they feel they have the right, they are entitled to comment on our lives.
Yep.
Just because we show it to them.
Yep. So when I say that, right, and then they will tell me, but it eats you up sometimes. And you're like, oh my God. How, and who do I talk to about this?
Yeah.
So I feel like, and then also sometimes client are nasty, the way our agency, how we operate now. And if I feel a bit lonely, also another thing is, like you said, when you say you feel left out, I felt left out also. Whenever like there's an event where you can see there's a lot of IG influencer one, like, oh my God. Because in many ways, I feel like I'm not fashionable enough for them. I'm not aesthetic enough for them. And everybody, when I enter an event or space, I can see that a lot of them are still in their, I would say...
In their clique.
In their clique, and they have this illusion like, I want you to perceive me as an IG model, aesthetic person. And here I am going back, what's up, bitches? You know, and then I can see some of them are like taken aback.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to be hee-ha with me, but they have to preserve their image.
Yeah.
So they'll be like...
Or maybe they're socially awkward.
Could be.
I realized that, obviously I've been around for quite a bit, even way before the TikTok generation came along. And with the new generations of creators being the Gen Zers, I feel like some of them, not all of them, actually online you can tell that their personality is huge. But you see them in person, I feel like they are completely different.
Very different.
Persona, so quiet, like almost like in their own corner. And I feel like after getting to know them, I think they're just shy.
They're just shy. No, and also it doesn't help when a lot of people especially introverts, they like to shit on extroverts online. Like, oh my God, I've seen people tweeting things like, when I go to event, this is how I have to pretend like I have to have high energy to deal with these extroverts.
Right.
What do you mean I deal with these extroverts? We just want to be friends.
I am an extrovert at events. I say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
So yes, I understand what you mean. Why do you have so much energy? Actually, some of my friends will ask me, only Maggie has energy to go to events because she's always saying hi to people. But for me, it's like, you're already there, might as well socialize.
No.
You shut your mouth and gong leh.
Correct. Yeah. Then you go there and act like high and mighty. After that, people call you sombong and then you're like, I'm not, okay?
Yeah.
But you don't talk to people. And then if you claim to have, like I've seen other creators talking about, oh, I have to deal with all these loud people. Then why are you there? Don't go lah. And then they complain when people don't invite them anymore.
Because you don't go in the first place. Unfortunately, it is how it is. If you stop going to events, people forget.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, unless you're still doing great work with your content, but this whole going to event is one way to kind of retain your connection and still expand your connection as well. So like some of my friends, I know they will still ask me, Maggie, why do you still go to these kind of places? Like, isn't it the same people over and over again? Well, yes and no. Sometimes the circle of clients are there. They are the same people, but you still meet new people all the time.
Yes.
You get to meet not just clients, but new creators. I think ever since post-pandemic, I started to kind of like got to know the more Chinese-speaking influencers, and that completely expanded my circle of friends. So like,
oh, no wonder lah, learning Chinese.
That's why
原来如此。
你会讲华语吗？
华校生啦，
真的吗
？Chinese school 啦
Oh my god！
Yeah.
真的吗？真的没有想过要做华语的 content 吗
Oh wow, are we gonna go there? Oh, I tell you why. The reason, okay, when my first ever TikTok video was in proper English and all, you would think that
without the Malaysian llama, right?
No, it was proper, very proper. Not because Angmo ma. I wanted to target
Angmo audience, correct.
So when Malaysians start to discover me, I start to become very localized a bit. But I tell you this, the reason why I never ended up become a Chinese influencer, Chinese-speaking influencer was because bulk of the harassment comes from Chinese community.
No way.
Yeah. I remember very fondly, there was this guy who would never stop calling me the slurs, and also he was harassing me. Even I blocked him, he created a new account just to like remind me like, you sound like a sore high. And like, you just know that these are the things that Chinese people will say. Yeah.
I mean, not being racist to our own people, but some of them can be. Honestly, I feel like race apart, there are just nasty people out there.
I mean, of course, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that Chinese are like that. But I'm saying that bulk of my bad experience at the time came from that, and it's very disheartening. I'm not gonna lie, it shocked me because it's like, why 自己人 like kakilang also you do like that? Why? Because yes, I'm different. Yes, I don't sound like I don't sound like Pei Yong. I don't look like him. I don't look like certain. But that doesn't mean that you should treat me like a freak like that.
For sure.
So the reason why I ended up being a Malay influencer, I go into the Malay industry, is because most of them show me love.
Oh, they're very nice.
They are very nice to me, and I'm like, oh my god, if marketing business.
And you speak really good Malay.
Yes.
Has it always been like that, or is because you knew you have to improve your language?
So apart from flopping on YouTube in SPM, I flop in science subjects. So language is something that I love. So I love languages. I don't know why. I just love it lah. Those are my strengths.
But yeah, you speak really good Malay. Betul. Kalau I nak cakap Melayu memang tak fasih sangat.
Tapi okay, tengok.
Sekolah Melayu lah.
Sekolah Melayu boleh pasal. Okay.
Tak boleh cakap speaking the Chinese.
But okay, it's good. It sounds pleasant.
Yeah. I mean, I've been told by people as well that the reason why I hardly speak Chinese in the past few years is because people say, why you keep speaking with the Angmo accent? Even my family members, 你讲华语讲得这样. So it made me feel very insecure. But because I really don't study Chinese. I've never studied. I don't even know how to read.
So you don't study Chinese, and they sound you
because I'm Chinese, I can speak Chinese, but I still have a bit of the accent, I guess, because my first language is English.
So you should tell them, if you really want to say that, 你最好讲得好好，像中国人这样子。你不要告诉我，我不会讲华语。操你妈！
Taking notes. Oh my gosh. I know what it feels like going to the gym and feel completely clueless and intimidated. I was once there. That's why I started Motion Lab. We're a fitness studio that focuses on small group classes and personal training. Our goal is simple: to help you move better so you can live better. Start your first class for only 49 ringgit today. For more info, go to www.motionlab.live or check us out on IG at motionlabmy. It's motionlabmy. Ceddy, I want to talk about being authentic.
Wow.
It seems like right now, especially with the whole trend going on, there's this thing called performative authenticity. It's almost like you're performing as though you're very authentic. Curated authenticity.
Yep.
It's becoming a thing, right? So what does real mean? Like being real, what does it mean to you?
Being real to me is you are able to really express your vulnerability, your principle, and I think you are able to be honest about who you are.
And how do you draw the line between being real versus airing your dirty laundry or oversharing?
Oh, okay. Very simple ni. For me, I discuss this with Joey all the time. I say, I think the reason why I'm not as big of a celebrity or an influencer that I am is because I always don't allow people into my personal life.
Hey, you can't say that. Look at the biggest, like my Park Seo-joon, my favorite K-pop, not K-pop, sorry, Korean actor. I know nothing about his personal life, yet he's so big. So is
Lang and Tao ma, handsome ma, K-pop ma, Lim Pe look like this. You expect people to be like, oh my god, I want to be obsessed with Ceddy because of his appearance. Who does that? Let's be real here. You want real? This is the real answer.
I agree.
But I feel like a lot of creators, right, they ended up like doing things like they really involve their personal, like their family, their kids. Yeah, I'm not saying that you cannot show people that how loving you are to your children. Of course you can. Yeah. But there's some, right, like I've noticed is like, argue with the husband and the wife also, they talk about it. Drag their
Siapa ni?
God. And then, I tell people, my boyfriend, my husband cheated on me lah. It's like, now you are oversharing.
Yeah.
There are certain things you should keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you can be real, but you don't have to be so, you can be real, but you don't be really stupid lah. You don't, then after that, how are you going to recover from if you overshare?
It's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
Because things that goes on the internet, it's hard to take back.
Yes. And they will remind you of it.
Oh yeah. Even like years down. See how many all these actors get cancelled because of their tweet like 10 years ago. No, really.
Of course.
It's crazy.
People will dig.
Yeah. So the next thing is cancel culture, right?
Ooh.
You can get cancelled almost any time of the day right now with this new generation of audience and people. Is there any fear for yourself to be your true Ceddy self?
How many times already I almost got cancelled?
How do you manage it actually? Because I really want to know like your psyche behind it. Like every time it happens, sure, I know you're really confident in yourself and your words, but like deep down inside, does it ever scare you? And how do you deal with that?
Like, I can accept if I've said something wrong and people call me out on it.
Yeah.
That's okay. But what I cannot accept is there are people who are already waiting for me to fuck up, and then they take my tweet out of context and then they blast it to their followers to attack me. Now that fucks with me.
And who is this person usually? Are they regular Joes or are they people of a certain status or are they influencers?
It's always the non-content creators.
Okay.
Yeah, they will be the ones that are waiting for me to say some nasty things. I'll give you an example. So I know for a fact that here, Muslims are very particular with the food. Like, if they must eat at a halal place or whatever. Like. So I went to KK. So I just put out a tweet because in KK, you can see Malay people eating in a Chinese restaurant. Like, if they know the Chinese restaurant don't sell pork and all. So I said, it's very refreshing to see this because it's like, it came from a place of innocence and like observation.
Like, that's an interesting fun fact.
Yeah.
Right?
And then somebody took that tweet and say, first of all, you don't even understand that just because they don't sell pork doesn't mean it's halal. And why are you encouraging Muslim to eat at a non-halal place? And it became a big thing. And there were people who were like, yeah, of course. What does this Pondan know? Okay, now it gets personal.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my life lah.
So,
but that's why I always see a therapist.
Oh, do you go to therapy?
Of course.
How long has it been? I go to therapy too.
Yeah, I almost 2 years already. I mean, I stopped for a while because of my busy schedule. But if I need to fall back to, there's always that one person that I always go to.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important. Just a side note, you can talk to a therapist about anything. Even if you got harassed by netizen, if it messes up with your mental health, you should talk to somebody.
I think in general, therapy is great for everyone. Of course, if you genuinely think that you don't need one, sure. But if you're always thinking about getting one, I highly recommend. And I always encourage people to do so because I think sometimes there are just things in life where you, like you said, have no one to talk to. You just need this unbiased person who will not judge you. And not just that, who is able to give you tools and help you navigate out of that situation.
And sometimes you can have the self-reflection to realize that you are the problem.
Yes. Honestly, so many times
Yeah,
I realized
we are the problem, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, honestly, like then I complain about Joseph, and then my therapist asked me a few questions, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the problem.
Yeah.
You know, like things that you just need someone who's completely unbiased and of course knowledgeable and professional to be able to help you come to that reflection.
If you can afford. I understand that seeing a therapist
How much you pay per month? Roughly?
About 200 something.
Same.
Yeah.
I used to pay 400 per month. In the beginning, then I managed to get a package. I said, please, I cannot afford 400 per session.
400 ah?
Yeah.
Wow, that one is...
Yeah, crazy, right? There are therapy sessions that ranges from 50 ringgit trainee. I think 100 plus still got. Even 600 ringgit for like 75.
I better get cured from my depression or if I have, I tell you, 600 ringgit I pay.
So I think it really depends on the, what do you call it? The, not achievement, sorry. The what do you call it? Qualification of a therapist.
No, like I think government should subsidize.
I really think so.
If not, you pay already, right? Your mental health deteriorates further.
They don't subsidize, right?
No.
Even insurance don't cover that.
Only in clinic kesihatan you can get really affordable.
So the government wants lah.
The government wants lah.
But even insurance, I asked my insurance agent, unfortunately, mental health doesn't cover.
Malaysia ma.
Yeah. So I really, if there's one thing I wish for the healthcare industry to shift or change is to really include mental health because it's just as important as your physical health. So thanks for bringing that up. Why you never thought about therapy on your social one?
I do.
Got meh?
I do.
Maybe too much food then cover all your...
True lah. But there, I did promote when I really talk about mental health is I'm serious about it, and then like they really then the therapy session will the psychology center will call me and say, oh my god, because of your tweet, right?
Oh, love it. Yeah, I think for me, a lot of people ask me where I go to as well. But for me, it's really just because it's such an important safe space for me. I'm not comfortable enough to share it so publicly.
Faham?
Right?
Faham?
Like it's that one place I don't want to see people that I know.
Oh, it is what she's saying is the same as if people ask me where's your most favorite food. I'm not telling you. Then you're gonna come and because of you now after I cannot eat. Crowded, no need.
Oh my god. And speaking of which, I'm supposed to talk about this earlier on, but our conversations just got...
You can talk as much and they can edit and
so good. Yeah, of course. But I want to talk about your business as well before we slowly wrap this up. And from being a streamer, from being a tak jadi YouTuber, from being a very successful TikToker, and then a podcaster as well. By the way, Ceddy also has 2 of his very own podcasts that he works with BFM.
And Astro.
Yep. Both talks about finance and marketing respectively. So you guys can go check it out. Let's talk marketing with Ceddy, am I right?
Wow.
Hey, I got to listen one, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you just recently won an award or something?
Yes.
What award was it? Tell me.
It was a best English podcast.
Guys, come on. One is head over heels. Go listen to his podcast as well, okay? But yes, my point is you also have your own business. Owlet Beauty.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So Owlet Beauty, okay, first of all, Owlet is baby owl. And the reason why we call ourselves Owlet is because everyone in our team literally sleeps at like 3, 4 a.m.
No wonder you start work late.
Correct.
Because we were trying to arrange schedule for this podcast.
I told her, please do not make it morning, girl.
We have 2 sessions, morning session and afternoon session. And he said, we don't start work until...
until 2 lah.
Until 2. So I said, okay lah, you take the 2 p.m. session.
If not, pagi, I'll be like... At event?
I would like to see that version of you.
No, actually, I can still crank it up one.
Yeah.
But after that, at the end of the show, I'll be like...
It takes more effort. Okay. So yes, Owlet. And there's 4...
4 cents. Yes. So our outlet... Okay, so first things first, it's a joint... I wouldn't say joint venture is a different term. It is a collaboration between me and Joey, who is the CEO of the company. I am just the marketing guy. I always tell him I'm the marketing guy.
You're the face.
Even though we are co-founders, I'm the marketing guy.
Yeah.
And we come up with fragrance because of one reason only. Because other fucking perfumes are very expensive. I spend 500 ringgit on one particular perfume and I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
And now I have to use that one for the remaining year and I don't get to experience. I mean, I can lah, but like it's like, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, why are we spending so much on a brand when we can come up with scents that are equally good?
Yeah.
And not saying that it's dupe. At the end of the day, please lah. If vanilla scent is vanilla scent, you won't tell me this vanilla is way more premium than the other. I call bullshit. Maybe you can sometimes you can tell lah, but like vanilla scent is vanilla scent. Cannot tell one, right? So we went for like perfume mixing classes and all. We like, oh my god, that's easy to make. It's so easy to make perfume one. So we're like, okay. Then now we have to find people to help us come up with a bulk production and all. And we come up with 4 scents. So we have Twig, which is a woody one. Yeah. Petals is a floral one. Nectar is a sweet one. And then Dewdrop is the fresh one. Now, all of these, you can I got tell the scent, how is it like, right? And the most impressive part is that when I launched the product, nobody knows how it smells like, but people buy it because they trust me. And that is, I think, is the biggest flex for myself. Yeah. And Twig is the first to sold out.
And it was sold out in less than a week.
In less than a week. It was sold out and it's because of my fucking mouth. I tell you this, I didn't like Twig. Twig is the co-founder Joey's favorite. It's not mine.
Is it a woody scent?
It's a woody scent because I personally like softer and floral, sweet scents. Yeah. I don't like stronger but I have to sell ma. So when I was on Shopee Live, right, I purposely leave Twig as the last one because I'm like, fuck, I don't really like that scent, okay? To be fair, it smells damn good.
It's just not your favorite.
It's just not my scent. Okay. Right? So I said, oh, Dewdrop is fresh. It smells like coming out from shower. Or Petals is like floral. You spray it, you feel like Mother Nature. Nectar is so sweet like you. I say like that. And then when it comes to Twig, people say, so how do you describe Twig? I say, because I don't want to use the word too strong. Yeah. It's actually not too strong, but it's stronger for me lah.
For you.
Some people will get put off by too strong, right? Yeah. So I said, Twig woody, because it's woody, so it smells like cash money. It smells like T20. It smells very rich. If you spray it, right, you like Dato Datin. Fuck, sold out. My favorite petals, dewdrop, sangkut there, nectar, like, and I have to tell people, okay, I have to tell y'all, the rest also smell good. And also smell premium, okay? It's just that the twig one, yes, and some of the color is a bit golden.
Yeah.
So people like it so much. And I was just telling Joey, I said, wow, you win lor, 你就好咯, like, you
His
know.
favorite one is all gone now.
Your favorite one's first to swallow. Mine, sangkut.
Oh my gosh. And how can people find Owlet Beauty? You guys have a pop-up store or store?
We have a permanent booth in Malaysia Grand Bazaar next to Lalaport.
Yep.
Okay, and then we are on Shopee. And then we just recently we are on TikTok Shop.
TikTok Shop.
Yep.
What's that? Sorry, I'm so auntie when it comes to TikTok.
It's okay. Let me tell you this. I don't blame you one bit. Because the thing about social media platforms is that everybody want to emulate each other. Okay? So kejap, Facebook look like Twitter.
No,
Twitter look like Facebook.
Snapchat at one point became, don't know like what, then Instagram looked like Snapchat. I'm like, what's going on?
Remember IG?
Yeah.
Used to become Pasar Malam?
Yeah.
Because you go in, want to see pictures, suddenly you see other picture of back.
Oh yeah.
Everybody tried to do this capitalistic shit, but I bought something from IG. So anyway. So Shopee.
So TikTok now has a shop as well.
You know why?
Why?
The T is, TikTok and Shopee used to be besties.
They broke up.
Last time you have if you open TikTok, right, you will always see Shopee check.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right? Now no more already because of TikTok shop already.
They broke up.
Not they broke up. Like TikTok be like, if
maybe we can do it
always
ourselves. Everyone is on TikTok now. Even if I'm not on TikTok, I'm on TikTok, if you get what I mean.
If you're not on TikTok, you're on TikTok. Exactly.
Yeah. If I'm not on TikTok, I'm on TikTok because it's just every fucking where. All right. That aside, I think we are down to some of our spicy questions and closing questions.
Like?
Okay.
I'm very confident. Actually, I don't know what she's going to ask me.
Okay, so worst encounter with an influencer being damn fake.
Worst encounter. Wow. It didn't really happen to... Okay, wait. Did it happen to me? I wouldn't say worst encounter, but it's like I used to be friends with people who I thought can have a good relationship with. And after a while, you can kind of see that all they care about is to suck up to those like followers, content creators with millions of followers so that they can get ahead lah. So it's like, okay, so you don't give me the same level of respect because you think that we are on the same level, but when you see other content creators having millions of followers, you are like, oh my God.
Yeah,
you know?
I've seen.
So I've seen that kind of things. I'm like, okay, social climber. So I don't really like people who are like that lah.
And are there any in your lives right now?
Yes, of course. I mean, like I'm like, okay, when I see that kind of things, I'm like, okay, like, you know what?
Step away
lah.
Yeah, from the
I don't even want to have a fight. I don't want to have a beef. Because it will come off as me being a petty person.
Yeah.
The person will say, I didn't do anything wrong to you.
Yeah, for sure.
But deep down, you will know like, oh, okay, this person is...
Different principles, I would say, in life. Yep. So there's no point for that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Absolute worst brief you've ever received. without mentioning names, please.
I think the absolute worst brief so far is the one that we
really?
mentioned just
That's
now.
the worst already?
Cannot have other refreshing drinks, refreshing ice cream. What else?
Yogurt, right?
Yogurt.
Oh
milk.
My God, milk?
Ice cream, milk.
But it has nothing to do with the drink.
I know. It's like...
Actually, I didn't ask you. How do you respond?
I tell Joey, get that and fuck off. I don't want.
Love it! I hope you guys are taking note if that is you.
Don't say fuck off lah. But deep down you can think that way.
Yeah, of course.
But then you reply like...
You reply, thank you for the email, but this is
we
not
will not go on with this lah. But deep down it's like, fuck you, crazy. Yeah.
I mean, that is pretty ridiculous to be honest. So I know it's not Milo because they did mention Milo in the competition.
Exactly. It's not Milo. They are scared of Milo.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Honestly, I love working with Milo. Like really, like genuinely, like great people.
Milo, faster. Put that K-pop guy aside. Maggie Wang is the future.
I want him. Don't put him aside.
Put that guy next to her.
Yes. Okay. Has any... You know what? It's funny because you, Ceddy, you are one of... Would you consider a TikTok creator?
No. I'm everything.
You're everything? No, but I feel like you're more TikTok than IG.
If I tell you, right, I think I'm more Twitter.
Okay, fair. Actually, you are right. You are right.
I'm more on Twitter lah.
Okay, has any Gen Z influencer ever made you feel like insecure?
Of course!
Why?
Oh, okay. So I have seen a lot of my...
Is it an age thing?
First, it's the age thing lah. And second, like, you know, I don't feel insecure. Okay, yes, a bit of insecurity because like
you wish you're that young again, or...
True. I feel like I entered the content creator scene very late.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Because I'm like 35 this year.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, lying.
You know my age what?
I forgot already, sorry.
Oh, wow. 35. So
35.
I'm 35.
Okay.
So whenever I see some influencers these days, right, Gen Z, I say, hey, what year you born in? 2000. I say, huh? You're born 2000?
I know.
What? How young are you? And then sometimes you will realize that I'm like already like a decade older than them or...
More than that.
More than that sometimes. Don't need to remind me.
Sorry.
Okay? Or sometimes, right, you will see those younger influencers, you say, what year are you born in? Year of Dragon. 12 years What the fuck? Yeah, wow. Because I say, oh, I'm born in the year of Dragon. And then some of these influencers...
Me also.
Oh, you see Dragon one? Yes what year?
我18岁你嘞
算了啦. So I'm like, wow. So and then you get to see how they get to express themselves at such early age.
Oh yes, actually.
And then I start to think with myself, wow, when I was their age, right, I was so scared because I put myself out there, I should kena tiawan.
Yeah, but now they have more liberty, more freedom to be able to just be what they want to be.
And then they get to zeng themselves at such young age, they get to look a certain way.
What is zeng You say a few times already.
Like they get to like decorate themselves.
Oh, right.
They get to like dress up and
Right.
It took me so many years
to learn to do that. Same here. Have you seen my photos 10 years ago? My God.
Oh my God. I used to judge men who put on makeup. I used to
judge also, I'm sorry.
I used to be the kind of person who would be like, yo, this person put makeup on.
But I'm like...
You know why?
Why?
It comes from a place that I wanted to. But I didn't get to do that. I don't get to do that. So I feel like it's called projecting.
Yeah, and also we came from a generation. I mean, I'm not that we're very old.
Your father, mother, no, you put on makeup, you see that.
Correct. My mom, I mean, not saying my mom won't allow, but in our generation back in the days when we were way younger, when we're their age now, when got guys put makeup on.
Yeah.
Not much, except
now,
for
now my parents accept already because they have no choice.
Yeah.
They tell them, hey, hello, I have to look extra glow. My mom say, I know lah, whatever lah, you do lah.
Yeah.
But back then, you know, it's not a luxury for, and someone makeup not cheap last time.
Oh yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And where got such thing as influencer last time also?
True.
You wear makeup for what?
Correct.
You give who see
Now I tell you, if you judge men who put on makeup, I tell you this, all the male actors you see, all got makeup lah.
You think the skin so flawless?
Yeah,
come on,
lah.
excuse me. Ask them to take off makeup and see.
Take off makeup and see, oh, got shocked.
Love it. Okay, you know what? We've come to the end. We have our last final 3 questions. So
fast
So fast, time
so
flies.
fast,
I know.
Feels like besties
More than 1
episode.
hour already, you know.
Oh, yo.
Okay, like in every episode, we always have closing questions. So I don't know if if you actually properly seen the brief. It's already in the brief. So I don't know if you prepped your question or not, but I don't want you to prep. I want it to be right off your head, okay? The first question is, what are you currently head over heels for?
But the thing is that, you see, brief like that, right? Very generic. You must be specific. What aspect?
No, that's why I don't want anything.
Don't want that. Head over
Jane Chuck got the same brief also.
Oh, wow. What was she head over heels for?
Why everybody asks everybody's answer? I swear to God. She said her Miu Miu bag.
Okay.
And then she changed and said she don't want to sound stupid. So she gave her life right now, like being 30s.
Oh my God. I tell you what, my answer initially is char kway teow.
Wait. Mandy said nasi lemak. It's okay.
I'm not even joking. Like my first answer is Penang char kway teow, and it has to be the light brown one and got the prawn and all.
No, it's fair. I think that's a good answer. Okay, it's very on brand with you.
Yeah.
Are you gonna stick with this answer?
Yes, I'm here over here for Penang char kway teow. Yes,
I love it too. I'm craving for it right now. Okay, the second question: what's the best or worst advice you've ever received?
Best or
you can give both. Some people like to give both. Best and you can give or.
I think the best advice was from my mentor, Anjali. She said to me, you have to trust the timing of your life. Because sometimes I think, like I said to you, I used to be the kind of, I'm very late in the scene. Yeah. I think also another thing, my advice is you got to surround yourself with really good people. Like I'm very blessed because I have Joey who's always like, he is the pillar of support lah. He grounds me. Because I'm like, when I have, my mind is like taking off, right? So you'll be like, you need to calm down a bit, hello?
Yeah.
Like you see,
You need someone to hold your hand and just be there for
and
you.
then I have Ceddy who always gives the unwavering support. Like I've known her on since my streaming days.
How long ago was that? How many years?
4 or 5 years already,
Wow.
Yeah. So I told her, if you ever leave me,
I'll come to your house and find you.
yeah. So like you got to surround yourself with really good people.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can have this, like I used to have this FOMO, like, I'm not part of this influencer clique and all. So what?
You form your own clique. Who cares?
Yeah, form your own clique. Sometimes they have their clique, they not necessarily, they all like each other one. Anyway.
And do you have a worst advice or you want to skip that?
Worst advice?
Like anyone when you first started out in this industry or like what you did, something that someone have said to you before that you're like, what the fuck?
Can't remember lah.
Then don't have lah?
Because I don't think I know people who will give me shit advice like that one.
I feel like sometimes it's not shit, they are giving shit advice, but sometimes they think it's good for you, but end up it's not.
Okay, what would be
actually
yours? Worst advice you have heard? Sorry, I bounce back to her a bit and sometimes brainstorming like that.
For me was, don't even try, you're not meant for this.
Oh!
You should just try something that you think you'd be good at.
Fuck off!
Yeah. There was one time, this was when I was 17, I told someone that I want to be a host. And this was at a time where I guess there's really not many hosts around. Like, you know, e-news was just becoming a thing. And I was like, I want to do that. Like, I think it's possible. But the person told me, how are you going to earn money? How are you going to make a living out of that? You should think twice. Just find something that's even like, that's meant for you. This is not meant for you.
I think this is a very Chinese family thingy.
It's not from a family, but it's a Chinese person, yes.
Okay, so my parents used to say, like, I don't think they came, okay, so when you're talking about worst advice, right? So I think they didn't really advise me anything. They're like, you better be successful. But theirs is like, I think what I'm trying to say is that they worry for me.
Yeah, it comes from a good place.
They come from a good place, but yeah. I used to say I want to be a comedian. You know, then my father used to say to me, sorry, Dad, to put you used to say this, ma. You know, if you ever watch this, and he used to say, you want to be funny, you have to look funny, you know. You don't even look like Zhou Xingci. You know that Stephen Chow so funny. That one comedian, you not even funny.
Yeah, they have a stereotype of what it should be like, should look like.
Yeah, if I look funny, then that means I look ugly lah. You know, like,
it means my face is the joke.
My face is the problem. You know, I don't want.
Yeah.
But you know, that's how Asian family, Chinese family, especially, that's how they will treat you. Like, oh, you probably won't earn money.
Yeah.
It took them a while to accept my career now because I think they were very worried. It's very uncertain.
Of course.
They have seen influencers who have become irrelevant over time. Even non-influencers, celebrities also can become irrelevant.
Actually, even now, celebrity can be quite irrelevant. Easily, you see, compare Malaysian celebrities versus some of the content creator. I feel like sometimes content creator holds more power.
Yeah, and that's why they don't like influencers.
Yeah, I know. Okay. All right. Last question.
Like
3 words or a sentence to describe your life right now.
3 words
Or sentence.
to describe my life.
Most of my guests cannot just 3 words lah. They want to do sentence. 3 words also can.
Can. Sorry, copy you, Jane Chuck. I'm head over heels, baby, with my life.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, thank you, Jane Chuck, for the inspiration. Yeah.
Episode is out today on this day of recording. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything else you'd like to add? Anything that I didn't manage to ask you want to share or tell something to your... Do you call is there a name for your fans?
No lah. Used to be Ceddy Bears, because Teddy Bears.
Aww.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say to your Ceddy Bears?
Oh my God. No, I don't think it's still a thing now lah. But well,
your
thank you so
new
much
fans.
for listening to this. Thank you so much for the support. Please also support Maggie Wang, Nestle, ambassador.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ceddy, for coming on the show. I would love to get to know more of you out of this podcast. So
yeah, there can always be round 2 lah after a few months.
Correct. Part 2, Part 3, Part 4
part 2, yeah.
Huh? All the best with your business. And where can I find Owlet Beauty? Instagram? Owlet Beauty?
Owlet Beauty, OWLET, beauty. Like Fenty Beauty, but Owlet lah. Owlet better.
Okay.
Love you, Riri. Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Twitter. Facebook also got.
All right.
Yeah.
And which is your favorite scent again?
My favorite scent.
Before we go.
PR answer or what?
Real lah. Come
Real
on.
answer.
Come on, before we go.
Drop and petals.
Okay, thank you so much for watching, and go spray some Owlet Beauty and go grab yourself one, and don't forget to fall head over heels for yourself first and always, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
I know what it feels like going to the gym and feel completely clueless and intimidated. I was once there. That's why I started Motion Lab. We're a fitness studio that focuses on small group classes and personal training. Our goal is simple, to help you move better so you can live better. Start your first class for only 49 ringgit today. For more info, go to www.motionlab.live or check us out on IG at motionlabmy. It's motionlabmy.